Software engineering sucks right now because being good no longer feels like protection. You can ship good work, help your team learn the new tools, understand the code base, and still end up in a spreadsheet because leadership decided the company should run with fewer engineers. And that part is what many people keep trying to soften because some people say the job market is still strong, software is still important, AI will create new opportunities. And yeah, all of that can be true in some broad economic sense, but if you're the person getting laid off, or the person watching your co-workers disappear every few months, or the person applying to hundreds of jobs and hearing nothing back, that kind of optimism starts to feel insulting because the problem is much more personal than software engineering is changing. The problem is that for years, the deal was simple. If you learned to code, got good at solving problems, kept improving and built real experience, you'd have a relatively stable, high-income career. You might work hard, you might deal with annoying meetings and bad code bases, but at least the skill itself felt like a kind of protection. Now that protection feels weaker, and the scary part is that your company doesn't even need to be failing. You can be in a profitable company. The product can be working, the stock can be doing fine. The executives can be telling investors that the business is strong. And then one morning, the same company will announce restructuring, flattening, and efficiency push, AI transformation, or whatever phrase they choose this quarter, and suddenly you see good engineers gone. That's why the job feels worse now. Layoffs have always happened, but the difference now is that layoffs feel disconnected from the things employees used to think would protect them. Good performance no longer protects you. Good products no longer protects you. Company profit no longer protects you. Even AI productivity no longer protects you. Because the moment AI makes the team faster, someone above you start asking why the team needs the same number of people. That changes the whole emotional contract of the job. And this is where AI makes everything feel more brutal because AI is being sold to developers as a tool that makes you better, faster, more capable. And I actually believe that part because I use it. I think developers should use AI. A good AI coding workflow can help you move through unfamiliar code, explore ideas faster, write tests, generate boring setup code, and explain pieces of a system that would have taken ages to understand manually. But inside companies, AI is also being sold as a cost story. To developers, it's you can do more. To executives, it's we may need fewer people. And those two sentences create a very uncomfortable career because now the pressure on you goes beyond being a good software engineer. You have to be a good software engineer, plus be fast with AI, plus review AI outputs, plus understand architecture, plus communicate well, plus survive a job market where everyone is being told to become more efficient. And if that sounds exhausting, it's because it is. Software engineering used to be hard because the work was hard. Now the work is still hard, but the ground under the work feels unstable. You're no longer just asking, how do I solve this technical problem? You're asking, if I solve this problem faster, does that make me more valuable, or does it help prove the company can run with fewer people? That is a horrible question to have in your head while trying to do creative technical work. And I think that's one of the biggest reasons the job feels bad now. Coding is only one part of it, but background anxiety follows you into the work. Every layoff announcement now becomes personal, even if it happens at another company. You read it and think, okay, if they caught engineers while talking about AI efficiency, what stops my company from doing the same thing? You see companies talking about AI efficiency while cutting teams, and you can argue about how many of those jobs were truly replaced by AI and how many companies are just using AI as a convenient explanation, because that's happening. But for workers, that difference doesn't even help much, because if AI is the reason, you lose your job. If AI is the excuse, you still lose your job. So from the developer's point of view, the fear is rational. And then there's also the junior problem. This might be the part of the industry that worries me the most, because the way developers became good was by doing the messy, boring, low-level work that companies now want AI to automate. Small bugs, simple tickets, internal tools, tests, refactors, documentation. That work was boring. but it was how people learned. You became useful by doing a lot of work that was slightly above your current ability until your ability grew. Now companies look at that same work and think, why hire a junior for this when a senior with AI can do it faster? And you can see the problem. If juniors don't get the boring work, they don't build the judgment that makes them senior later. But if companies only want seniors, then where do the next seniors come from? That's one of the most broken parts of the current market. The entry-level path is being squeezed, and at the same time, everyone is telling beginners to learn AI, build projects, stand out, and post online, contribute to open source, and yet somehow be production ready before their first production job. That's a ridiculous amount of pressure, and it's easy for experienced people to dismiss it because they already crossed the bridge before it started collapsing. If you got your first job years ago, you probably had room to be rough around the edges. You could join a team, get small tasks, ask questions, break things in low-risk ways, and slowly become useful. A lot of people build their careers that way. Now, beginners are entering a market where companies want proof, output, AI fluency, system understanding, and experience before they're willing to give you experience. So, yeah, it sucks. And then for experienced developers, the problem is even different, because now you may have a job, but the shape of the job is changing in ways that are not always pleasant. You know, the keyboard time has gotten shorter, but the judgment time is even more important now because the responsibility stays human. If the generated code causes a security issue, no one is going to put the model in the performance review. If the AI written logic gives users the wrong access, the company is going to look at the engineering team. So developers are now in this strange position where they are encouraged to rely on AI for speed, but they're still fully responsible for the consequences. And to make it worse, the trust still is not there. Most developers I know have the same relationship with AI tools now. They use them because the tools are actually useful, but you don't really trust the output completely, and that creates this weird workflow where the code arrives faster, but your responsibility becomes checking whether the fast answer is actually safe to ship. That is the current state of the industry in one sentence. We are using tools we don't fully trust under pressure to move faster in companies that may use the same tools to justify fewer people. So of course, people are anxious, and this is why I think a lot of online advice becomes annoying. Whenever developers talk about this anxiety, someone shows up with a clean little answer. Just adapt, learn AI, upskill, build in public, use the tools, become an AI engineer, become a staff engineer, become a founder, become whatever the algorithm is rewarding this weekend. You do have to adapt, but that answer then skips to the part people are actually reacting to. They're adapting inside a system that just keeps moving the goalposts. You learn the framework, then the framework changes. You learn cloud, then, oh, there's something else now. You learn AI coding tools. Then your manager now expects every task to be much faster. You learn system design, then the team gets cut and you're now covering work 3 people used to do. The part that sucks is not that developers have to learn new things. That's always been part of the job. The part that sucks is that developers are being asked to absorb every shock at once. You're told to use AI, move faster, review more code, own more risk, compete in a harder job market, watch layoffs happen around you, keep your skills current, not burn out, not complain, and still be grateful you still have a job. That is a lot to put on one profession, and yeah, of course, the job does feel worse. The work still matters, but the safety around the work feels weaker. You still have to care about quality, users, security, architecture, deadlines, production issues. But none of that guarantees you wouldn't be cut when the next efficiency story comes down from leadership. And yeah, to be honest with you, I don't even know exactly where all of this is heading. So if you came here looking for me to give you some perfect answer on how to survive the next few years, I don't really have one. At least no one that's new or magical. It's probably the same boring answer you've already heard. Get better at your crafts. Use AI tools to your advantage. Keep your skills sharp and keep your eyes and ears open. And very importantly, don't stop building, because even in a bad market, even when the industry feels unstable, building is still the thing that keeps you close to the work. It keeps your judgment alive. It keeps you from only watching the industry happen to you. I wish I had a cleaner answer than that, but right now I think that's where we are. Oh well, if you want to dive deeper into AI and how to use it efficiently, check out my book right here, Get Insanely Good at AI, at getaibook.com. Or just use the free resources I put together on the site to master AI engineering. Also, please hit the like button, subscribe, and let me know what you think about all of this in the comments.